Today, we're revisiting every instance where Thanos, everyone's favorite character from Squid Game, exhibited such darkness that it sent shivers down viewers' spines. Here are the 9 unforgettable moments when Thanos truly went rogue. Bye. In the first game of the second season, we were introduced to the lunacy of Thanos. The red light, green light game is symbolic to the show, so it wasn't a shock that it was repeated in season 2. But what we never would have expected was players purposefully pushing other players to their deaths, and that is what Thanos did. As fans of the show know, when the song stops in the game, you're supposed to pause and not move, or you'll be killed. Instead of simply stopping, Thanos pushed the player in front of him, who then toppled 2 other players like dominoes. And the icing on the cake was that he looked at them with a big smile and said bye before they were shot to their deaths. That was the first time we saw just how unhinged this character could be, and that scared many in the audience. Just think about it. At this point, he didn't even know that other players dying would make him more money. He pushed them just for the fun of it. Yet, with his unpredictable nature and extreme brutality, he somehow established a fan base, and perhaps the next moment will help you understand why. Fly me to the moon. After causing the deaths of 3 players in the red light, green light game, you would think that Thanos might simmer down or even become remorseful, but that's not what happened. Instead, Thanos began running and jumping like a child whose wildest dreams had come true. He hopped in the air several times while clicking his heels with a grand smile on his face. It was clear that Thanos had no remorse and was having fun, even as other players experienced panic attacks. That jovial nature seemed to win over many fans because his dark side wasn't just brutal, it could also be lighthearted. People were captivated by how unpredictable he was, but Thanos' character only got darker from there. Confronting MG Coin. Thanos held a serious grudge against player 333, Lee Myung-ji aka MG Coin. You could say that Myung-ji was the sole reason for Thanos being in the game. He was a crypto influencer who caused his followers and investors to lose billions of won in a bad investment. Thanos was among those who had invested in the coin Myung-ji was promoting. With that investment's failure, he was left broke and hopeless. Thanos entered the Squid Game in hopes of regaining his wealth. But you can imagine his delightful surprise when he met the one who scammed him, right there in the game. Anyway, Thanos confronted Myung-ji while he was having his meal and tried to bully him. But Myung-ji remained passive, asking Thanos to let him eat in peace. Thanos, of course, had an iconic response. Referring to himself in the third person, he declared, "Thanos will feed you." Then he grabbed a handful of food Myung-ji was eating and stuffed it into his face. The influencer wasn't going to let Thanos bully him, so he tried to fight back. But Thanos beat the life out of him with the help of his right-hand man, Namgyu. The way Thanos enjoyed beating him and taunting him at the same time was nothing short of dramatic and just evil. Classic Thanos. It makes you wonder just how far this character can go. Well, very far, and you'll see that in the next moment. Kicking his biggest fan. For those who don't know, Thanos was somewhat of a big deal outside the game. He was a popular rapper, and when he entered the game, of course, he met some of his fans. The biggest of his fans in the game was Gyeong-soo, a man who would happily kiss the ground Thanos walked on. He worshipped Thanos and was excited when he was able to join Thanos' team during the 6-legged pentathlon games. But in the last game of the season, every team was blown to shreds. People turned against each other to stay in the game. The way Thanos turned on Gyeong-soo was just sad, dark, and dramatic. In the Mingle game, you had to form a team with a specific number of people and run into a room with them to stay alive. In the first round, the required number was 4 people. In Thanos' team, which he brought from the 6-legged pentathlon game, there were 5 people. To stay in the game, Thanos kicked Gyeong-soo out, quite literally. He gave Gyeong-soo a kick that sent him crashing to the ground, and he ran with the rest of his team into one of the rooms. The betrayal was painful, but what he did next was just confusing. Asking about Gyeong-soo. After Thanos and the rest of his team ran into the safety of a room, Thanos suddenly began asking about Gyeong-soo. He started freaking out about the team having left Gyeong-soo behind. This left his teammates and even the viewers confused. Was it that Thanos couldn't remember that he was the one who betrayed Gyeong-soo and kicked him out of the group? Or was he just faking it? Whichever was true, it showed just how out of it Thanos truly was. He even tried peeking his head out of the door's opening as he called Gyeong-soo's name, hoping to lure him back. It revealed the sadistic side of Thanos that had previously been hidden. But his fake remorse did not last long because he soon did something even darker. Rock, paper, scissors. In the next level of the Mingle game, teams of 3 were formed. That was when Thanos did something even more sadistic than betraying Gyeong-soo. He made his teammates betray each other. 2 of his teammates, a shy guy named Min-soo and a cool girl named Se-mi, were close. Se-mi was typically Min-soo's knight in shining armor, but Thanos pressured them to play rock, paper, scissors against each other to decide who would join him and his right-hand man, Nam-gyu. Se-mi wouldn't betray Min-soo like that, but Min-soo, lacking the principles she possessed, held up scissors while his palm was open. This broke Se-mi's heart, yet Thanos seemed to relish every moment, grabbing Min-soo and running into one of the rooms with Nam-gyu. Kissing O. As the games of this season unfolded, the players were given several chances to vote on whether they should leave the game or continue playing. The X button meant to leave, the O button meant to continue. When it was Thanos' turn to vote, he skipped eagerly like a child who had just received his favorite toy until he reached the voting machine. Instead of simply tapping the button, he placed a passionate kiss on the O button. But he didn't stop there. After kissing the button, he hyped up the rest of the voters, motivating them to choose O. This showed that Thanos was all in for the games. He lost himself in the thrill, enjoying every moment while making as much money as possible. Yet Thanos only grew darker from there, confronting Min-soo. During the vote, Min-soo chose X. He was horrified and no longer wanted to continue. Despite Thanos convincing him earlier to choose O, Min-soo's decision made Thanos feel betrayed. So, Thanos approached him in the restroom. His display of lunacy was on another level, utterly impossible to comprehend. He apologized to Min-soo with a carefully delivered, "I'm sorry, boy." The line was so perfectly delivered that it made the audience both laugh and gasp in shock. His calm tone convinced Min-soo to open the door to the toilet he was in, but that proved to be a mistake. Once Min-soo opened the door, Thanos' personality shifted from the calm, level-headed man of just a moment ago to someone heated and aggressive. He didn't resort to violence immediately. Instead, he revealed a personal side, offering an insight into his life before Squid Game. He confided in Min-soo that he had once planned to jump from the Han River Bridge due to depression after being scammed by MG Coin. It was at that very moment that the recruiter for Squid Game found him. He felt as though the game had given him a new life. This candid, emotional revelation painted a very different picture of Thanos. However, after his heartfelt speech, he abruptly returned to threatening Min-soo, pressuring him to choose O in the next vote. This dark personality shift made one wonder if Thanos was truly in his right mind. Fight with MG Coin. While Thanos was in the restroom pressuring Min-soo, Myung-gi, aka MG Coin, stepped in. Myung-gi had also chosen X in the previous vote, and he felt compelled to protect Min-soo. Thanos then hurled extreme remarks about Myung-gi's pregnant girlfriend, which prompted Myung-gi to punch him. Quick and strong, Thanos dodged the blow and began beating Myung-gi. Thanos was relentlessly crazy, almost killing Myung-gi as if strangling the life out of him. Just when it seemed Myung-gi might die, he stabbed Thanos with a fork, ending his life on the spot. Thanos' fight with Myeong-gi ignited a brawl between the X and O voters. He was clearly a force to be reckoned with this season, and his character will be dearly missed. Do you think his death was necessary or not? Let us know in the comments below.